Okay, Dinesh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Hi, Carl.
Okay. I think it's time to start our webinar today.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I'm Dinesh, and we have organized this webinar with BYD uh, because, as you all know, Sri Lanka is facing power cuts, and also, in the other hand, Sri Lanka has, given approval to give a very special tariff for the energy exported from the batteries. So considering all those things and all the interest that the solar companies as well as the customers are asking many questions on batteries these days. So therefore, Solar Hive has organized this webinar with BYD to give you some knowledge on BYD products. And as the distributor for Sri Lanka, Solar Hive is always there. And from BYD side, Carl will be conducting this webinar. He's the business development manager for the Asia Pacific region. And together with him, there will be some technical panel. So then you can, ask your question and put it onto the this Zoom chat or Q&A. So then at the end of the webinar, they will answer all the questions. And once the webinar is completed, they will send you the presentation via email. So then you can refer it and even you can, talk to us. I think many of us, of you all know my contact details, and you can also write to BYD. And so we will be, happy to give you storage solutions and hope that everybody could benefited from this webinar. Already we have 61 attendees. More than 100 attendee people have already registered for the webinar. So I think this will be a very useful webinar. So let's invite Carl to proceed with it. And so if you have any questions, please put it to Q&A. So then Carl and the team will reply for your questions. Thank you very much. Over to you, Carl.
Yeah, thank you, Dinesh. Thank you for your introduction. And let me introduce myself a little bit. My name is Kyle from BYD Battle Box team, and the Solar Hive is our distributor in the Southeast Asia market. And so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BYD Battle Box introduction webinar. And I'm the the main speaker today. And my name is Kyle. So have a look at our content today. Sorry. I divided today's presentation into 4 parts. In the first one is about BYD. I don't know have you heard about BYD or not, but the BYD actually is the top EV manufacturer and battery manufacturer globally. And the second is our main topic today is about BYD battery box. We're gonna introduce our residential battery for you. And then third, I will show you some information channels to find our product information. And we will remain 10 to 15 minutes to answer your question all in once. And if you have any questions, please put your question into the chatting room box, and we have the technical group behind the screen to answer all your questions. Yes, please. And the first part is about BYD. Actually, the BYD's full name is Build Your Dreams, which means that we can use our capability to help you to build your business, to build your dreams. And if you can cooperate with us, we can also bring you dollars. And BYD is established in 1995, Nowadays we have four major industries. The first one is the automobile industry, and we are the number one electrical vehicle manufacturer in China for the past 9 consecutive years. And the second biggest industry is electronics. And in the world, there are 20% smartphone is manufactured by BYD, and we are the OEM and ODM um, company. And the third is new energy, and is where we base today. Our battery also come from this industry, and we also manufacture the rail transit. We have rail shuttle and rail sky rail and sky shuttle. In the next year, our sales revenue of BYD reached to 23.8 billion USD for the next year, and the year-over-year increased by the more than 20%. And BYD is also a multinational company, and outside of China, we here is where we are based. We based in Shenzhen. Our headquarters is in Shenzhen. If you have chance, please come to our company. I will show you around. Yep. Besides that, we have 8 overseas manufacturer factories globally, and we have more than 300 offices in more than 56 countries. Our supply chain and the manufacturing operation is global. That's our four major industry. So today we just focus on the new energy industry. First, have a look at our battery product capacity. The BYD have 8 battery manufacturer factories in China and 2 R&D centers. That we got 65 kilowatt hours production capacity per year, and in the next year, the 2021, that our installed capacity of the electrical vehicle power battery and also the energy storage battery reach more than 37 gigawatt hours, and we are the top battery manufacturer globally. And here is our products, yeah, for the residential use. And BYD is a professional battery manufacturer. Why? Because we have end-to-end industry chain layout. From the miners resources development to recycle, we have perfect chain, and we have sale, R&D, design, research and design, BMS R&D, and the module and also pack. It's all made by BYD. So which means that we can guarantee our after service. So let's focus on the BYD battery box. For the Sri Lanka market, we have three kind of battery. The first one is great scale battery, and more than it's can be counted by the megawatt hours. And today we're gonna just focus on the residential and the C&I use, which means the on-grid battery box HVS and LVS. For the off-grid market, we have LVS. The BYD battery box is not a new product. We sent to the markets in 7 years ago, in the 2015. Our first generation BYD battery box, generation 1, sent to the Europe market, and since that time, just in 2 years, we developed our new products, the the generation 3 battery box, which is battery box HV series. And now, which you can get in the markets, we have the BYD battery box premium series. So have a quick look at our awards nowadays that we got the UPD Research Top Energy Storage Brand, and we top ranked in the efficiency performance test in Germany, and we are the champion for the past few years in the EU market. Yeah, here is the brand awareness investigated by the UPT research and among investors among the battery system owners, and we are the number one. And here is the BYD. We leading the Europe battery section, and we are the number one in the Europe market. And this news come from the Wood magazine. So let's talk about our advantages of our products. The first one is high safety, because all of our battery box use lithium iron phosphate. You can see the graph on my right side, and here is the range of decomposition of lithium iron phosphate. It's much higher than other cell chemistry. And in the there's news, there is NCM battery manufacturer, and they record their products recently. And we use the lithium iron phosphate, which means there is impossible for your house to catch a fire. And we also get highest industry standards, and we are certified by the CE, VED, IEC, and UL. Third advantages is high reliability. In the past 7 years, we installed more than 210,000 units globally, more than 19 countries with our footprint. And there is zero fail accidents. The third one is high flexibility. This is very interesting because we are the module design battery, which means that we can extend your battery capacity for your house from the 4 kilowatt hours. You can choose one module of LVS, you can get 4 kilowatt hours, or you can up to even nearly 1 megawatt hours if you choose our LVL. And you can extend the module at any time during the warranty period, and it can be installed in many scenarios because the IP rating of our HVS and LVS is IP515.5. You can operate the battery from the temperature minus 10 degrees Celsius to 15 degrees Celsius. And besides the capacity and the location, that we also can be compatible with the leading inverter brands in the market. For the HVS, we can compatible with the famous brands such as SMA, Furnace, Solis, and for the low voltage battery, we can also compatible with them. And before our battery manufacturer and sent to the market, we will do a lot of harsh tests in our lab to test the compatibility with this inverter. And this process will conduct for more than 2 months or even more. And we will provide the safest and most efficient battery to our customers in the market. And the first advantages is high reliability, high usability, and we can provide a wide range application. You can use for the on-grid self-consumption or the on-grid backup. Sorry about that. You can use for the on-grid backup solution, and I think this solution is very suitable for the Sri Lanka market. Or you can use the off-grid, microgrid, one-phase, three-phase, etc., depending on your need. And we design a unique app which is BConnect, and we upgrade the BConnect into BConnect 2.0, which you can get in the Apple Store or Google Play. And you can also go online and check the BCP, which means the PC version, to explore more functions. And we can provide remote service through the BCP, and you can, if you met a running condition for your battery, you can connect with us. And in this app, you can monitor your battery running conditions at any time through this app. Okay, this is our yeah our two battery. We will send to the Sri Lanka market. The first one is HVS. Um, in there, this is the real product, and this one is the LVS, and the HVS and the LVS is the module design. It's one module of HVS equal to 2.5 kilowatt hours usable energy. For the LVS, you can get 4 kilowatt hours per module. First one, I talk about HVS, high voltage small, and you can get 5.8 kilowatt hours for one tower, and you can reach up to more than 12.8 kilowatt hours, or you can choose three HVS 12.8 in parallel connection, which you can get more than 36 kilowatt hours usable energy. Here is the data sheet of our HVS. For these inverters can be compatible with HVS perfectly. And here is the minimum configuration list. You can download from our website in there, and this you can check which inverter brand, which model can be compatible with our high voltage battery HVS. And we highly recommend the Furnace and Solis. Talking about the Gen24 Furnace Gen24 solution, you can check in their data sheets. We are the only battery storage can be compatible with them, and the BYD battery box Premium HVS. And for this combo is the most efficient combo in the market according to the SPI research.
Carl, just wanted to add something. Can you make a comment about the can you make the comment about the compatibility with the new like STP the hybrid inverter 5 kilowatt to 10 kilowatt from SMA, which was recently launched, I think yesterday. Can you confirm that it's also compatible with BYD as well?
Yes, it can be compatible, and I'm so honored to talk about this news, and we are also the only compatible battery within. Yeah, I will
Okay,
talk
so
about this
yeah,
news
people.
later. Yeah,
Sure. Okay. Okay. No problem. Good. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you, David. Good question. Okay, here is the furnace into backup solution, and if you installed our battery, and when the grids cut off, you can charge your home from our battery through the Gen24, and this is a hybrid battery, a hybrid inverter. One could be fine for your house. And this one is the Solis RHI 3P 10K, and it can be compatible with our BYD battery box HVS. And for this one, I think it's for the also on-grid backup solution. As the showcase of HVS, the first photo is three-phase on-grid, and we installed in so many this combo in the Australian market. Has the furnace PV inverter, and I think many of you have this in your house already. And then if you want to store BYD battery box HVS, that you should buy another furnace Gen24 as the Gen24 hybrid inverter. And for this one is also the same. It's HVS 10 kilowatt hours. Okay, let's move to the low voltage battery, LVS. LVS of the module design battery. The one module of the one of LVS is 4 kilowatt hours. The maximum capacity, usable capacity, is more than 300 kilowatt hours. Can be used in CNI scenario. Yeah, here is the data sheet. for the LVS that can be installed on-grid and off-grid market. That is the compatible inverter with LVS. The full one module of it is 4 kilowatt hours. So mention that again. Please check our minimum configuration list in our website, and you can find there are so many inverter brand and modules listing on this list. And for the low voltage market, we also recommend the Solis or the SMA compatible with our LVS. So that is an important notice. If you want to buy a LVS, you need to purchase another power cable connector from Solar Hive, and you can check which one is suitable for your inverter. Okay, speaking of the SMA new hybrid inverter, and they launched their new hybrid inverter in 2 days ago, and in their show in their live that there is a HVS in their live, and we are the only battery can be compatible with them, because we BYD have a stable relations with so many inverter brands such as SMA, Furnace, Goodway, Solis, etc. And here is the SMA single phase solution. Here is Sunny Boy and Sunny Island. Here is our battery. And put your battery connected with the Sunny Island, and will charge your home with the grid cutoff. Here is the single phase and three phase Solis with the BYD battery box LVS solution. I'm not going to describe these two graphs in a complicated way, but I will just go through roughly. And here is the LVS showcase for this showcase installed in Australia market. The first one is off-grid one phase. They choose 6 module of LVS that they can get 20.4 kilowatt hours usable energy for their house. And for this one, they choose to parallel connect battery box premium LVS 16.0, which they can get more than 62 kilowatt hours and installed in Brisbane, Australia. And there is the battery inverter. They choose Victron. And the warranty for the Sri Lanka market, we will provide 2 kind of warranty. The first one is product warranty. We can provide 5 years, and for the performance warranty, we can provide 7 years. And if you connect to the website, the warranty can be extended 3 years more. And which means that after 6 years, you still will get the 60% usable energy.
Can I just ask a question, Cole?
Yeah,
can
sure.
I just ask a question?
Go ahead.
Now, I understand that the reason why the warranty period is slightly different to other parts of the region, because I believe that the standard warranty for BYD is 10 years, but in Sri Lanka and also in Southeast Asia, at the moment I believe it's 7 years because of the high humidity and the temperature, right? But I think, look, if the customer can demonstrate to BYD for a specific project that the battery will be taken care of in a cool environment, maybe in a garage, in a temperature control room, is there any chance of extending that warranty, like obviously free of charge, or to get the standard 10 years warranty, as long as the customer can prove to us that the battery is well taken care of? Is that possible?
Yes, but you need to connect to the internet, so we can monitoring the battery remotely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So yeah,
also,
yeah.
yeah. Hi,
How much time can you
hi,
take?
David. It's Joey, the technical
Oh,
team.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So answer your question here. Basically, you are right. Our standard warranty is 7 years. That's what we can offer standardly in the Southeast Asia market. But definitely, if you have the specific project which you can guarantee you are in the cooling areas or environment, we can evaluate with our technical team, and then we can give you a grade if that's okay. We can treat by case. And we also have a spreadsheet, the standard spreadsheet, and we can send to you, and you can fill in all the information, and our team will evaluate all the information. If that's case is okay, so we can to provide some more years warranty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
but that's case by case. Yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, Dinesh, if you can please also communicate to the customers in Sri Lanka, and for all the customer that's listening today, these are the minimum requirement that we need to provide. So yeah, as long as you can prove that the product or the battery will be taken care of, BYD is more than happy to take a look at it. And also, please register your system online. So we know that the battery's been taken care of. So like in case if you go to other region and you see that the warranty period is 10 years, how come in Sri Lanka you only get 7? That's the reason. So
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, David. And the other thing I want to clarify is that our 7 years is a standard warranty, and then if you connect the battery to the internet, so we can have the 10 years warranty. Because one of the advantages of the BYD battery is that you can connect the battery itself to the internet, and then with the service, we can also do the remote service. So which is good.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really good. And Carl, can you just explain how do we do that? Because I understand that at the moment, because BYD doesn't have their own monitoring platform, right? Like, so when you say connect to the internet, does it mean that we have to share the platform with the inverter manufacturer? Like, if it's SMA, it's SMA. It's Fronius, it's Fronius. Is that the case, or is there another way to do it?
Yeah, so from the customer point of view, from the homeowner point of view, if they connect the battery with the internet, we don't have like the dedicated for the homeowners, but they can see the system information through the inverter portal. So the homeowner can see the battery and the inverter information through the inverter portal, like Furnace or SMA. Yeah, but if they connect the battery to the internet, we can remotely to see the basic information for the battery, and if there's a service needed, the installer have to go to the site, and we can remotely to service the system, diagnose the system.
That's really good. Okay, that's a really good point. So I think we need to focus on this. Dinesh, just please make sure that when you talk to the customer, let's make sure that for all the systems that we sell to Sri Lanka, make sure that's connected to the internet. So for the purpose of maintenance, and also for the benefit of getting the 10 years warranty as well. So let's make sure that all customers comply to that. Okay. And also there's some questions. There's some questions on the column. So if you guys can have a look at it as well, Joey and also Kyle.
Sure.
There's some questions.
Thanks, David. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, maybe we ask the questions first, and then we'll continue. So the one question from I think our colleague Face already answered some questions. So one question is the battery LFP? The answer is yes. So our chemistry, the BYD battery box chemistry, is all LFP, which is the lithium iron phosphate. The reason we use this is that because from the safety standpoint of view, this cell is the safest, the very safe chemistry and the product. But that's the reason why we're using the LFP. And the BYD also using the LFP battery in the bigger container storage systems, and also the transportation, like the buses, coaches, all the transportation vehicles. Okay. And then the other question is, what is the IP rating and the options available for fire safety? The first one is the IP rating. So we have introduced our two major product, which is the HVS and the LVS. So both of these are IP55, which means that you can install inside and outside. Yeah. So they're all IP55.
But make sure that you install it on the roof, on the shelf.
Yeah, definitely not direct to the sunlight and direct to the rain.
Yes.
Yeah. And for the options available for fire safety. Yeah, so the fire safety that we recommend you check the local regulations, and also there's some local requirements. But from the BYD side, that we firstly the battery we're using the safety chemistry, and from the systems level, we also have the 4 layers of the protection to make sure the system is working in a very safe way. Yeah. But just please follow the local requirement if you need the fire proof wall or others. Yeah, basically that's the answer. Okay, and then some other questions. Just let me check. One question from Bahita is so we'll share the recording and the presentations afterwards for sure. Yeah, I think you receive that later today or tomorrow. Yeah, another question is that the high dividend this after manufacturing limitation that the battery is good. So one question is that after manufacturing, is there any time limitation that the battery is good the lifetime till connection to the system?
I think Joey, what Chamel Silva is the question is referring to, for example, if the customer buys, I don't know, 20 units from us.
Yep.
And maybe they don't sell the 20 units in the first month. And if they leave the stock in their warehouse, will the battery actually automatically the capacity will go down if they leave it in the warehouse, or like how does it work? And will that also affect the warranty?
Yes. Okay. Thanks, David. Yeah. So basically, when we ship the product to the market, the SOC of the battery is around 30%, and we recommend, because there's some timing like the sea freight, so we recommend our customer they install the battery from the manufacturer side date is less than 1 year. Yeah, probably the best is half a year, and but the bottom line is 1 year. So if you still have the battery uninstalled after 1 year, please contact us, and we need to recharge the battery. So that's
okay. Joey, so as a distributor and service partner for Sri Lanka, is it possible for Solar Hive to practice those exercises on behalf of BYD in Sri Lanka? Is there any way we can get a charger? So, like, for example, if our customer have a few units and they didn't sell it, we can always go to the site and help them to get the battery, capacity up again.
Yes. So if the battery haven't sold like after 1 year, but I think it should be okay. Yeah, but just in case after 1 year there's still some battery uninstalled, we can send you the charger. We can give you the guideline, and our team will support you how to charge the battery.
Okay, great, no problem. And there's another question about the charging controller from Hishan.
Okay, just let me check. Is there a built-in charge controller, or do we need to install external charge controller? Yes. So from the BYD side, we only supply the battery. We have, that's our advantages, is that only the battery. and you also need to buy the charge controller or the inverter from the inverter side. But I think Solar Hive, you will support the whole. You have the whole packages. Yeah, but from the BYD side, we have only the battery.
Yeah.
And the other question is that connecting the internet via SMA or Solis or any other compatible inverters is capable of getting BMS data. Yes. So if you connect the battery to the internet, so firstly, clarify that connecting the battery with the internet is not via the inverter. So the inverter will always need to connect to the internet. But from the BYD battery side, we also have the Polo, where you can also connect the battery with the internet. That's clarifications. And if you connect that battery, we can see the BMS data. But if you want to see that, you can install the BYD app, which is called the B Connect. And then if you install the BYD B Connect, you will see the basic information like the BMS data. So the answer is you can install the BYD app, and then you can see the BMS data there. And then what Polo sorry, my computer is not working very good. Or what Polo is using to get it, but yeah, normally the inverter monitoring power is used to get a technical data of the clarify how building. Yeah, I think that's question is answered. And next question from Ula is, who should I contact in order to purchase the system? Okay, yeah. So for all the battery purchasing, please contact Solar Hive. I think they will give you the very good offer and support. Yeah, but any questions in terms of the technical questions, you can always contact BYD. Yeah. Another question is, at the end of the life of the cell, is there an option to replace the cell without buying new batteries? It's a very good question. I think the BYD designing the BYD battery box designing life is the warranty is like 10 years, but I think the designing life is like 20 or 25 years. So after 20 or 25 years, we currently actually are checking if there's some local recycle policy or recycle program. If there's a requirement, like in Europe, they basically require the battery at end of life they need to recycle. Yeah, if they have the similar one in Sri Lanka or others, so we need to follow. Otherwise, that we can have other options. Okay, and next question: what's the heat dissipation level when working at 75% or full load? How it will be ventilated when working? Yeah, that's another very good question. What is the ventilation of the BYD battery? So the BYD battery cooling system is, we don't use any liquid cooling, which will cost a lot of efficiency. Our cooling system is natural cooling. Because the reason is that our cell is LFP, which can generate only a bit of the heat. And also, like, we have a lot of very remote area applications which use like cycling every day, but the heat generated is pretty small. So we don't need any cooling system. But always, like, if you have like the AC, that will be very perfect. Okay, just another questions. Yeah, I think our team also answered some other questions. But I'm just checking. The BYD uses, but are the BYD use battery modules? If so, how many in one module? How many in series pair? Like Nissan Leaf use, and how is the cooling? I think, does BYD manufacture battery for white labels? White labels, yes. We also open to that. If you have the opportunities, we can also discuss. Yep. And the last question, Yeah, that's yeah. I think some other questions that our team already answered. So maybe we continue the presentations. And if you have more questions, we can answer anytime. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Please put your question in the chatting room. So I just finished my presentation today, and we have technical team will answer your questions in the chatting room, and in the end we will go through all the questions all in once remaining. Okay. The next part is the information channel. I want to share with you. The first one is please go to check our website. You will find many useful materials you may need in this download page. There are the data sheets and all the material I prepared for today's webinar. I download from this page, the BYD Better Box download website. And I would like to introduce the very useful product calculator that also you can download in our website. And for this one, for this useful tool to can be help you to count how many modules you may need for your system, and you can choose the inverter brand and inverter module, and they will calculate. Yeah. And the service tool that I mentioned that in the past few slides. And first one is the Connect 2.0, which you can get in the Apple Store or Google Play, and you can check the PC version of it. You can explore more functionality, and also um, you can get the support from us through the BCM, and we will our technical team will support you remotely. And please be with us, so you can follow us through this 4 online platform. The first one is the book, the Twitter, the LinkedIn, and for these 3 platforms, you can get the newest information from us. And there are so many installation videos in our YouTube channel. Please check that out. And then the Solar Hype is our distributor in Southeast Asia market, and especially in the Sri Lanka market. And the Dinesh is the Sri Lanka country manager. Please contact them if you need any support or the after service. So that's all for today's presentation. Thank you so much. And do you have any questions?
Yeah. So thank you, everyone, for the questions. So there's one question I just answered is what is the voltage of the BYD batteries? So as we just introduced, the BYD have 2 platforms for the high voltage range and the low voltage range. So the HVS, which is compatible with the Furnace Gen 24 hybrid inverter, and also the SMA new hybrid 3-phase inverter. That's the high voltage. And because the BYD product is the modular design, so high voltage range is from 200 volt to 400 volt. Yeah, that's the high voltage. I think that's very good for the residential houses and applications. Yep, as you can see. And the other one is the low voltage product, which is the LVS. Yeah, so LVS actually means the low voltage small. Yeah, so LVS is the 48 volt platform, and then this is compatible with the range of inverters here, SMA, Sunny Island. Yeah, and then the Solis hybrid inverters. Yeah, so there are 2 voltage platform.
Joey, one more question from me as well, because now let's say one customer install, let's say 8 kilowatt hour battery initially, and then later, at maybe after 1 or 2 years time, if he requires to upgrade, is it possible to connect one or two batteries for that used battery bank?
Oh, yeah, that's a very good question. Yes, the answer is yes. The BYD battery box can support the lifetime extension. For example, if the customer just buy 1 or 2 modules at the very beginning, and after 1 or 2 years they want to extend, yes, they just buy the new module and then just add the new module to the existing systems to make the larger system. Yeah, but just one thing to note is that if they buy the LVS, because LVS, the modular battery, each module is connected in parallel. So if you have another new module added in the existing system, just put a new module. That's no problem. But if the customer have the HV product like the HVS, yeah, because the HV product, each module is connected in series. So and after 1 or 2 years, if they want to add another new module, the high voltage module, just make sure they charge or discharge the existing system to the same SoC with the new module. Like the new module is basically 30% SoC. So just make sure the existing system charge or discharge to 30% of the SoC and adding the new module. That's it. So basically, it's pretty easy.
Okay, thanks.
No worries. Okay. Yeah, that's actually another advantages of the BYD batteries is that firstly the modular design is very easy to install, and secondly it's very flexible. And then with the family growth, yeah, I think you have the family needs grow. So after 1 or 2 years, you have bigger capacity need, and then we can also offer the extension. Okay, and there's another question is when will this be available? Yeah, for sure. I think it's already available. Yeah, if you want to buy, just contact us. Yeah, you can contact Solar Hive. Yeah.
And Joey and Kyle, just want to ask one more question because I think battery is still a very new market for residential home and small commercial system.
Yep.
Because it's a new market, because I mean, everyone's heard about BYD. You guys have done a fantastic job in terms of manufacturing of the EV vehicle, but we often get a lot of questions from market, not just from Sri Lankan customers, that in terms of the price we're charging, there's obviously other lower price battery solution from the market. I guess what is BYD's main point of difference? From your perspective, why should the customer put a long-term investment into BYD? And yeah, like, can you also talk about those as well? Like exactly how BYD see themselves in the battery market, and in terms of quality, in terms of return on investment.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, David. Yeah, I think from you are right. In the market, there are quite a few different brands with a different price point. Yeah, but the BYD advantages, to be honest, the BYD battery is not cheap. But the reason is that we are selling pretty well. Is that the quality? When the customer choose the battery at their homes, we always recommend they choose the good brand battery, because the battery, like the BYD history from the very beginning, 26 years ago, so BYD already start to do the batteries. So the battery is actually not a very easy stuff to do, and the BYD spent more than 26 years to still on the way to develop the good batteries. So always we recommend the customer to not choose like the small companies. There are lots of small companies, small battery manufacturers in the market. Probably you never heard about it. Yeah, but they have the product there, and the pricing is very, very attractive. But we always recommend the customer, our friend customer, is never trust those small battery manufacturers, And if you choose the battery at in your homes, you choose the good and the trustful battery. And talking about the BYD advantages, firstly, BYD is the battery is the core technology for BYD. And then secondly, for the battery box, we have more than 7 years tracking record in globally. So in Europe, we have installed I think more than 150,000 systems in Europe, and globally we already installed more than 210,000 systems globally, and with the different scenarios. So it's already tested in the market, and also another advantage is that BYD product is compatible with different inverters, and all the inverters you can see it's not the small ones, it's the leading world inverters. So we want to make sure that our solution is the quality solution, and also our warranty, our service is good, and then the investment, the time of investment is, of course, that if you choose the cheap batteries, and then after 1 or 2 years, you have some problems, you have to replace or you have to maintain, it still costs some money, right? But we can make sure, even though we have lots of installations in the remote area, like the off-grid, but still it's working very, very good. So we can make sure that our product or quality is good, and the most importantly, the product is very reliable. So in remote areas, it's a very, very, very reliable. I think another point that the customer choose the battery is that they want the power, they want the electricity, right? So you buy the battery and there's still no power, or they cut off the power, doesn't make sense. So I think overall, we always recommend the customer not choose BYD, but still choose a reliable product. And then the best is you can choose the BYD, that's for sure. But we always recommend our customer they can choose not a small brand battery, but the trustful brand of the battery.
And Joey, just touching on that point, going back to the previous slide that you had, like most of the customer that we have over here are very familiar with the term tier 1 module manufacturer. Okay, so tier one module manufacturer means that they do everything under the same roof. That one right there, that one there. Yep. So how they start from the raw material to the ingot to the cell to the panel. So I think BYD is probably only a handful of tier 1 manufacturer from a battery perspective. So starting from the raw material. So can you also talk about the importance of being a tier 1? What is it like being a tier 1 manufacturer of the battery? Because everyone's very familiar with tier 1 module manufacturer, but from a battery perspective, why is it important to do everything under one roof?
Yeah, sure. So these slides, it shows the BYD the full supply chain from the raw material. BYD actually own the lithium mine. So I think recently I have seen a figure. The BYD control the 13% of the lithium mine globally. So BYD actually own the lithium mine from the raw material, and then also from the cell manufacturer, the BMS manufacturer, and the module and the pack and the final recycle. So this is the whole supply chain that BYD control. But others, they may only have only a small part of it. So they probably only have the pack assemble or the module assemble without the BMS, or even with the BMS. So only a few manufacturers they can do from the cell, and only a very little they have the lithium mine. So as a tier 1 manufacturers, so we can basically to control the whole supply chain from the raw material and to the recycle. And currently, as you probably know, the battery market is very, very like the high demand market because of the vehicles. And we have foreseen this year, 2022, the lithium resources will be very, very limited. And most of the battery suppliers, they won't have the supply. And also the raw material pricing also increased dramatically. So as a BYD, very luckily, we have the whole supply chain and we can better control that. So I think that's the main the main point for the tier one battery manufacturer.
Okay. Great. Good to hear, and it's very good to hear. It's very good to see that you guys have been tested with the new, with a new hybrid inverter from like SMA, which I think was only recently did the launch on Wednesday. Oh no, I think Tuesday they only did the launch. So it's very good to see that you guys are already compatible with the new, hybrid inverter from SMA.
Yeah, sure. So it's actually already both sides already tested for a long time, and then SMA just launched the product yesterday. I think when they have the product ready in the market, then you can see, compatible will be announced for sure, and then the BYD will be there only, and the first batteries compatible.
Yep, that's really good to hear. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a question on the DoD from
I see. Yeah, so the DoD value percent by BMS, the DoD the BYD can support is actually 100%. So BYD can support 100% DoD. So it's not the 80%. And what is the usable in 5? Yeah, so our numbers we have shown like the 5 kilowatt hours. The usable is 5 kilowatt hours. The BYD don't use any nominal. Yeah, it's actually also quite interesting that there's quite a few manufacturers that are using the nominal capacity and the usable capacity, but actually the nominal from our perspective is just the marketing. It doesn't make sense to the customer. But BYD only shows the usable energy, which really makes sense to customer. This is what they can use, right? The nominal doesn't make sense. So we only show the usable energy. You see 5, that's the 5, that's the usable energy.
Okay.
Yep. And then the
what about
percentage?
The cycle? Joey, can I just ask you about the cycle? How is there a limitation on the cycle within the warranty period?
On the warranty letters, we don't have limited the cycles. We basically the guarantee. Firstly, after 7 years, there's 60% of the capacity left, and then secondly, we guarantee during 7 years there's a minimum energy through output you can have. But cyclically, basically, we see the customer. Most of the installation is like 1 full cycle per day. That's what we see mostly. Yeah, it doesn't matter like how many cycles you charge or discharge, but like the 1 full cycle per day. For example, 5 kilowatt hours battery. Maybe in the morning you charge like 2 or 3 kilowatt, and in the morning you still charge 2 or 3. So just basically one day you have the 1 fully charge or discharge. That's what we call the 1 full cycle.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, and then just checking the questions.
Yeah, I think the last question is about price. So price, we'll leave it to Dinesh to answer that question.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's pretty much the questions you have. Any other questions?
Yeah.
One question. So longevity. Yeah, thanks for the question. If the DoD gets 100%, there is a tendency to limit the charge cycles and the longevity according to the lithium chemistry. No. So for this question, from my knowledge, there's no limit, but I think I will double check with our engineering teams to clarify this. But from our experience, there's no limit because we can. Yeah, that's actually also our advantages that we can support 100% DoD. Yeah, but I'll double check with our teams, and Yeah, I'll make a screenshot and then I'll come back to you. Yeah. Thank you very much for the question.
Yeah. Are there any other questions? So if there are more questions, so then I think we can address it, after this webinar. So I thank everyone who participated from Sri Lanka on the interest on BYD products. And we have already shipped some batteries for a project in Sri Lanka for an EPC company. I think they will complete their project by mid of February. So we can give some installations referrals from that project, and maybe to talk to them, or maybe to go there and see with their permission. So then I think we can ship more batteries to Sri Lanka, and since the government initiative is there, and once the government will announce the special tariff from export from batteries, I think much more customers will try to get the battery systems installed. So I'm thanking everybody who joined from Sri Lanka, and also David, and also Joy and Kyle from BYD for the
Just
great.
one more thing,
Yeah, yeah.
Dinesh. Just one more thing. Can you just have a chat about this as well? Because at the moment, is there any requirement or any certification or any limitation by the sustainable authority, by the sustainable like authority, sustainable energy authority? Sorry, SCA.
Yeah, David, actually now SCA so far has done the standards for on-grid and hybrid inverters, but not on batteries. But I think soon they will start, doing the standards for the batteries as well, because it will happen very soon. But till such time we can supply batteries to Sri Lanka. So far there is no limitation on the standards.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So at the moment, there's no requirement at the moment to get those registered, right?
No. Batteries can be imported freely. Freely in
Okay.
the sense,
Okay.
yeah, in the sense without any condition on standards.
Okay. Good. That's good.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I think if you can, call me or send an email to me mentioning if you need some, some specific subject to be discussed at a, later stage, or maybe with a different webinar, please do, because we have the commercial based solutions as well. The customers who are involved in ground mounted power plants, as well as large rooftop power plants, can also inquire on our megawatt hour scale battery solutions. So I think so if that interest has come to a great extent, I think, Carl, that we can do another special webinar on industrial solutions, right?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, So please call me, and please send me emails on your requirements. So then we can see you with another webinar on with BYD. Okay, then thank you very much. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
And thank you for your host.
Thank you.
And thank you for your questions. And I put my email in the chatting room. And if you have any technical questions, please don't hesitate to connect me.
Thank you very much. Have a nice
Yeah.
day. A nice afternoon.
So bye bye. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
You too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.